Vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan granted his only tri-state interview to 9 News. Brendan Keefe is here now with the one-on-one interview. Brendan?
Carol, for 7 minutes we talked about everything from the budget to the auto bailout. Here, edited for time, our exclusive sit-down interview with Paul Ryan in the same place where his views on the economy began, Miami University. Welcome back to your alma mater. It must be something to come back here to Oxford 20 years after you graduated and you're running for Vice President of the United States.
This is where I sort of took a turn in favor of studying economics. When I was a kid, I thought I wanted to be a doctor like my grandfather. And then I ended up really wanting to study economics. I came here to do that. And so I spent a lot of my time in the field of economics, took a lot of political science courses. So, you know, I did a lot of reading in these years here. I did a lot of studying on these issues here. So these were the formative years that sort of developed, I guess, my trajectory. I never imagined I would be doing this. I didn't think I was going to run for Congress, let alone this.
You mentioned forming that sort of economic view for America. That is obviously what put you on the national map, the Ryan budget. Now, of course, your running mate, Mitt Romney, says, well, his vision, of course, he's at the top of the ticket.
That's right.
Does your vision, does the Ryan budget become subordinate to the Mitt Romney vision?
Oh, yeah, I'm joining the Romney ticket. It's not the other way around. So I'm supporting the Mitt Romney plan, which is very similar to what we've been doing. And we share the same values. We have the same vision for the country.
Do you think your two plans merge well together?
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
you don't have to abandon any of your principles to join the Romney ticket.
Mitt Romney chose me because we share the same principles. I'm proud of the work we did in the House. And I'm more proud now to be joining Mitt Romney on his ticket.
I began my career covering your district.
Yeah.
I was a reporter in Rockford, Illinois, and Rock County was part of our coverage area. I spent a lot of time in Janesville while you were a junior and senior here at Miami. You and I have both been in the GM plant there in Janesville, which shuttered in 2009, remains closed today on sort of an idle standby. Unlike Mitt Romney, you supported the auto bailout. Do you think the Obama bailout of the auto industry was a good idea sitting here today?
Didn't help Janesville. They shut our plant down. It didn't help Kenosha. I represent there. Shut down the Chrysler plant. What I voted for was to prevent a worse bailout.
Would you vote for it again today, the Obama bailout of the auto industry?
I didn't vote for the Obama bailout of the auto industry. I voted for the House bill, which was to use the Energy Department money instead of using TARP money.
Of course, you were also very outspoken against the stimulus, the Obama stimulus plan. A report came out again today in the AP. It was a repeat of that Wall Street Journal article from a couple of years ago where you had asked for stimulus money for your district. Is that accurate?
No,
Is that report accurate?
I never asked for stimulus. I don't recall that. I haven't seen this report, so I really can't comment on it. I oppose the stimulus because it doesn't work. It didn't work. It brought us deeper into debt. It was about $1.1 trillion when you add the borrowing costs. It put us deeper in debt and further out of work. We've proven, the president acknowledged it, there aren't shovel-ready projects. And so the president passed the stimulus, then he went on to trying to take over our healthcare system by giving us Obamacare. Meanwhile, we have more people in despair, more people out of work. We're not creating the kind of jobs we need in this country. It's failed leadership. It's a bad record. You've
been called, even by yourself, a deficit hawk. Everyone agrees the deficit's too high. It needs to come down. The disagreement is over how and when. Europe right now is going through a double-dip recession. Some would say because the austerity measures were too deep. Do you disagree?
The key ingredient is this: economic growth, job creation, with spending cuts and spending reforms to prevent a debt crisis from ever happening. Because once a debt crisis happens, just like in Europe, then people get their benefits cut. Then you slash spending across the board. Then you raise taxes and slow down your economy and go into a recession like Europe is experiencing.
Do we expect to see you back here in Southwest Ohio?
And do you I like my Skyline Chili 5-way. I just have a very soft spot in my heart for Ohio, for this part. I've got a lot of friends here too.
Any favorite haunts at Miami, the Bagel and Deli, or any?
Skipper's was probably cheese fries at Skipper's, Bagel and Deli, turkey gobblers, and 5-way Skyline.
Of course, Congressman. Thank you so much for your time. We provided the Romney-Ryan campaign with a copy of that Associated Press report about the congressman's request for stimulus money for his district. The campaign has not yet responded. The entire interview up right now on WCPO.com.